Good evening, everyone. Welcome to MBA Karo. I hope we are live now and this stream is fine. So, previously there was some streaming issue due to which there was some other title which was being displayed on the stream. Please confirm that if you are able to see the same title of current affairs quiz. Because last time when I started the stream, there was some issue with the stream. So there was some stream key mismatch due to which there was some other video which was being displayed. So do you see this current affairs video? I think yes, it is all good now, good to go. Okay, so good evening everyone. This must be one of the most anticipated videos, and uh, this is where you get very relevant content which you won't get at any other place. So we are going to have a current affairs quiz which is relevant for MICAT, XAT, and CMAT also, of course. However, in CMAT you get very few questions on current affairs. So mostly MICAT, which is the upcoming examination, there you get some GK questions. Although we will have one more session for that, wherein we will discuss those brand related questions apart from these current affairs that we are discussing today. And if you talk about different MBA entrance examinations, now the number has reduced. Earlier, there used to be other uh, exams also like IFT, which used to test GK, and there was a time when Snap also used to have GK. Now all that thing has gone, so the weightage of GK has reduced to only a few examinations. So if you talk about the current affairs, a lot of students have doubt कि कितना current affairs करना चाहिए. I would say at least 4 5 months you must cover. Let's say around August, July or August, beyond July, August, you should cover till let's say for MyCAD it should be November end, and for ZAT it should be till December end. So July, August onward you must cover the current affairs. And there are certain categories like awards and honors, sports. Okay, so we will see all those things that uh, like what are different kind of questions that you can anticipate in different examinations, and we shall see all those question types. And as we uh, look at the questions, I'll keep telling that what are important things that one must read for current affairs. So please do like this stream before we begin. And if you are new to the channel, please don't forget to subscribe to the channel. This is the best channel you will find for MBA entrance examinations, which is the only channel which covers all MBA entrance examinations, irrespective of whether they are big or small. So, if you are preparing for different exams, we have a mock tests for different examinations. So, for that, we will be giving 5 full length and 20 decision making tests, and it will include video solutions for QADI. MyGad, we had previously promised 5, but we could not deliver the promise of 5 mocks. So, we'll be giving 3 mocks. 2 mocks are already live, one will be live by tomorrow. And it has 3 mocks on that latest pattern. And here also the QA section has video solutions, because QA is quite tricky in MyCAT, like it's on the difficult side. And for CMAT we are providing 10 full length mocks. So in case you are looking for mock test on the latest pattern, thoroughly researched content, so you can check out our mocks. All of these examinations have a free mock on our website, so you can check that. And in case you are preparing for that and are looking for a source where you can get quality content in terms of classes and like practice sheets and mock tests, etc., you can check out our crash course also. So we have covered the CAD part. We have upcoming some classes for that, which we have already started, some DM classes and quant workshops, verbal workshops, etc. So you can check this out as well. So let's begin. Uh, um, as we keep doing questions, I'll keep telling you that what are the different things that you must know about it, right? So awards and honors. So it is like who won the title of Miss Universe 2024. So if someone has won some title like Miss World, Miss Universe, etc., these things you must keep handy, because at times you can expect such questions in different examinations. So please keep commenting the answers, the ones uh, like you know of. Even if you know of, you do not know, you may just take a guess. And so have you read about it? Okay, not read about it. The right answer is Victoria Kjær Thielvik. Okay, so she is from Denmark, and she became the first Danish. Uh, first Danish woman to win Miss Universe title. Okay, all right. So let's see the next question. Who has been appointed as the new CAG of India? So I hope you know what is CAG, Comptroller and Auditor General of India. Who is the new CAG of India? So awards, like which we saw in the previous question, awards and honors, and similarly appointments. Appointment could be, let's say, some government appointment at the top level. Okay, not some state level or something. It is that some important personalities, or let's say Chief Justice was appointed recently. So all such things, plus corporate appointment. Some it could be government appointment, international appointment, some prime minister or president of some country. And so then you have those corporate appointments like CEOs, chairmen, etc., which are important. New CAG of India, no idea. Okay, seems that you are not yet prepared for this year's examination. That is not a good sign to say, because these are certain things that should be at the top of your head. And yes, so someone got the answer right. Yes, it is K. Sanjay Murthy. Okay, so he's the new CAG of India. He was the previous one. Like former CAG was Girish Chandra Murmu. Now the newly appointed CAG is Sanjay Murthy. Sorry. Who won the Booker Prize 2024 for her novel Orbital? Again, awards and honors. Every year, this Booker Prize and like there are two prizes. One is International Booker Prize. One is Booker Prize. So some students get confused between the two, and historically, we have seen that in some exam or the other. Okay, maybe in XAT you might encounter, or CMAT, or MICAT, or any of the examinations that are conducted, they might ask these questions. So Booker Prize 2024. Okay, so I accidentally showed the answer, but none of you happen to have noticed it. The right answer is Samantha Harvey. She's a British author. And apart from this, like Jenny Erpenbeck. So I talked about that there is Booker Prize and there is International Booker Prize. So these are two different prizes. So this is the one who won that International Booker Prize, and Han Kang is the Nobel Prize in Literature. Okay, so Nobel Prize in Literature this year's 2024. So you must know these Nobel laureates as well. Well, let's move to the next question. Who was recently sworn in as the 51st Chief Justice of India? If you cannot answer this, that means that your GK is very, very poor. And in that, remember that there is the percentile calculation is not through GK. But if your scores are abysmally low, let's say out of 25, you get only 5, 6 correct, you might be discarded. I mean, they will call you for the interview, but that might become a reason for your disqualification. So try to get at least 10 marks out of 25, if not 20 plus. So it should be somewhere in the range 10 to 20. I mean, that is considered, like if you get, let's say, 15 plus, that is considered as a decent score. But if you do not know some basic things, and not only just about the examinations, you will be sitting in different interviews. There, they might ask some general awareness, current affairs questions. So these are very basic things, like who is the Chief Justice of India. So yes, so the right answer is Justice Sanjeev Khanna. DY Chandrachud was the previous one, the 50th one. So that is the right answer. So at least you know the Chief Justice of India if you did not know the CAG. All right, so let's move to the next question. Where was the United Nations Climate Change Conference COP29 held? So important question from different examinations point of view. Yes, so we will have some more sessions on MICAT. So tomorrow we may have a session on divergent and convergent thinking, and possibly one session on brand related quiz. COP29. Okay, don't read about COP29. Again, it's an important topic from your GDPI point of view also, right? So GDPI में भी इससे question आ सकते हैं. Maybe they might give you about there could be a VAT topic. So these topics not only just it is that it is a current affairs quiz for some examination, but important topics for your VAT also. So they might ask you that write on a topic could be COP29, or they might ask you questions based on it. Where was it held? What is COP, etc. So you must prepare all such things, especially things related to environment, etc. So COP29 was held in Baku. Yes, you're right. That the capital of Azerbaijan. Okay, so it was held in Baku. All right, so let's go to the next question. Sorry. Which country hosted the BRICS Summit 2024? Now, BRICS Summit, uh, so you know which is BRICS Summit, right? So BRICS Summit is like it is for the BRICS nations, and it was hosted in the city of Kazan in Russia. And so earlier there were five participants. So BRICS countries were Brazil, Russia, India, uh, and then China and South Africa. So that was the original BRICS. Okay, and like new countries that have been inducted are Egypt, Iran, UAE, Saudi Arabia, and Ethiopia. So now there are 10 countries, 10 participants. These are the old countries of BRICS and five new members. So you might get a question like which are the new members of BRICS also. Okay, so yes, the right answer is Russia. So it was held in Kazan in Russia. Who has been appointed as the National Cyber Safety Ambassador in India? Okay, no idea in this. So the right answer is Rashmika Mandana. Okay, yes. So sports fan got it right. The answer is Rashmika Mandana. Which Indian women cricketer was recently inducted into ICC Hall of Fame? I would rate it as an important question because, again, in awards and honors, there are several awards that are given, right? But if something has happened, let's say some Indian sports person or any, for any matter, any person from any field from India, and that too, it is an uncommon one. Okay, so if it is, let's say, uh, like suppose a sports person frequently rewarding receiving awards, right? If there are very few people who have received that award, that becomes important. So you need to tell that who is that Indian women cricketer who was recently inducted into ICC Hall of Fame, because it's an achievement for India. So if anything is related to achievement for the country, that is definitely important from examination point of view. Because if you read uh, like the typical awards and honors, you will get too many questions from it, but what is relevant is important to note, right? Okay, so ICC Hall of Fame, what happens is once you get retired, after only after 5 years of your retirement, you can be inducted into ICC Hall of Fame. So if we talk about this year's inclusion, so we had uh, Neetu David. So she was a slow left arm orthodox bowler, okay, left arm spinner. So she was inducted into ICC Hall of Fame. So she is the second Indian woman. Then it becomes important. Second Indian woman. So they might ask you who was the first. So the first was Diana Edelji. And there were other two players also, Alistair Cook of England and AB de Villiers of South Africa. They were also inducted into ICC Hall of Fame this year. Well, let's see the next question. Who has been appointed as the UK's first women High Commissioner to India? So, this probably, I guess, many of you may not be knowing the answer. You can just take a guess for this question because this is some, like I would say, a less likely to be known. Even I forgot the answer to this question. Okay, so I don't know. Let's check the answer. It is Lindy Cameron. Okay, so UK's first women High Commissioner to India. Okay, so let's see the next question. Who became the first Indian space tourist to fly on Blue Origin's NS-25 mission? So whenever you have something first, right, that is definitely important, and some first Indian achieving something. Okay, so like it should be, these all facts should be important. So if there is someone first from India, that obviously becomes an important thing to note. So wherever you read such facts, please ensure that like keep in mind that these are important from examination point of view. Okay, no idea about this? Okay, the right answer is Gopichand Totakura. Okay, so do you know what is, who owns this Blue Origin? Blue Origin का नाम सुना है? Have you heard of this Blue Origin? It is owned by Jeff Bezos. All right, so let's see the next question. I hope you are enjoying this session. So please don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the channel if you have not. And in case you are preparing for different MBA entrance examinations, especially while looking for mocks for omits, you do not get the relevant content because, like when you talk about CAT, uh, all institutes tend to focus on CAT, but when it comes to omit, uh, there is little research which is done by institutes, or they do not update their mocks on the pattern. So we have this mock bundle which covers all examinations, including NMAT, SNAP, XAT, and MICAT, CMAT, and all upcoming examinations. So you can check it out on our website. Okay, now this could be an easy one to guess. Don't know how many of you know this. Which country rolled out a new gold-backed currency called the ZIG? So I can give you a hint also. They previously had uh, financial trouble, and their previous currency was dollar. Okay, so you're saying A or B? Now, if I have given the hint, then you should be able to answer this correctly. Currency called ZIG. So this is gold backed currency. So this is Zimbabwe gold. Okay, ZI stands for Zimbabwe. Zimbabwe gold, that is the currency of Zimbabwe. So earlier they used to have a currency called Zimbabwe dollar. Now they have Zimbabwe gold. That is the name of their currency. Okay, right answer. Let's move on to the next question. Who became the oldest Indian woman to scale Mount Everest? Now, oldest. So these are called superlatives. Okay, sometimes like you do not know what are these things called. These are called superlatives. Superlatives like first, oldest, highest, youngest. ठीक है ऐसे किसी ने अचीवमेंट किए so all such achievements, superlative achievements, are frequently tested in the examinations. That's what I have noticed over the years. And these kind of research you will not find elsewhere. Like अगर आप किसी और के जीके सेशन देखोगे, so they will just take up random questions. वो कहीं से भी उठाते हैं. Especially like if you talk about some government job examinations, they ask random questions. But MBA entrance examinations have a typical kind of GK. So which probably you will go elsewhere, they will just take up random questions. They will take 1,000 questions. Out of those, only maybe 100, 200 would be relevant. That would be the opposite in my case. Like if I'm taking 50 questions, at least 35 to 40 would be relevant from examination point of view. Okay, so congrats, Damru. Yes, I remember you. You used to my attend my classes not just last year, but I think 2 3 years back also you were quite active in our quizzes, and you used to be the top contributor in those quiz as well. So good to see you back. I hope you are having a great time at IM Lucknow. Okay, so oldest Indian woman, any guess that you would like to make? Remember in ZAT there is no negative marking. In other exams, MICAT there will definitely be negative marking. ZAT में negative marking नहीं होगी, so try to attempt all GK questions. Okay, so the right answer is Jyoti Ratre. Okay, so she like scaled Mount Everest at the age of 55 years. Can you imagine 55-year-old lady scaling Mount Everest? All right, let's see the next question now. Cetrovo 1.0, known as Carbon Star Rapid Transit, is the world's first carbon fiber train developed by which country? World's first. So again a superlative. World's first. Some technology based science and tech में कोई first हो रहा है, किसी ने कोई satellite launch कर दी, some special train बना दी, or all such things tend to be important points. So if you look at our GK sessions last year, and like I can vouch that at least like we'll be having more such sessions also before that. So at least 50% of the current affairs would be around from these sessions. So ahead of this train, State Rover 1.0, Carbon Star Rapid Transit, China, Germany, Japan, or US. If you were to guess, what would you guess? So just want to understand what is the psychology when you guess such questions. So just make a guess. I mean, even if you do not know, that's fine. Okay, so all of you are guessing uh, Japan. Okay, because you associate like bullet train Myanmar. That is what I believe. That must be your guess. The right answer, however, is China. Surprising answer to most of you, because you must have guessed Japan because of the reason you think of the bullet train in your mind, right? So sometimes it happens, like especially if there is negative marking. Please, like in XAT, there is no negative marking. But if in an examination there is negative marking in GK, do not go by logic. ठीक है, लॉजिक आप ये लगाते हो कि अच्छा ट्रेन है, बुलेट ट्रेन, लाइक ऐसे टेक्नोलॉजी में जापान आगे होता है. सो दैट्स हाउ वी जनरली अटेम्प्ट क्वेश्चंस इन जीके. Okay, so let's see that how many of you know this personality. Shaw Prize 2024 in astronomy. And once I tell you an interesting fact about it, you will feel envious about their family. Shaw Prize. So it's a prize in given in the field of astronomy, and an Indian winning prize at an international level. So he's a person of Indian origin. Okay, and if any person of Indian origin wins some award at international level, that is typically asked in the examinations. I've seen it over the last few years that all such achievements are important from examination point of view. In some exam or the other, you can expect questions from such topics. So the right answer is Srinivas Kulkarni. That is right. Now I'm going to tell you an interesting fact that he is uh, the brother of Sudha Murthy. Okay, now you will feel envious about their family, that brother winning some prize in astronomy, their son-in-law is prime minister of UK, and then they have one of the biggest IT company in the country, right? And so on. All right, so let's move on to the next question. Which country became the first to impose a carbon tax on livestock emissions? Carbon tax on livestock emissions. So something very unique you might be hearing of. Like even I heard it for the very first time, that carbon emission on livestock. Okay, so the right answer to this is Denmark. Is the first country to impose such kind of a tax on livestock emissions. Which country won the 2024 Women's T20 World Cup? ठीक है, मेंस तो सभी को पता होगा, isn't it? If you do not know men's who won 2024 men's T20 World Cup, then I mean probably you are someone who has never heard of cricket. So men's, of course, sometimes men's may also be asked, right? They might ask you that not the winner, maybe. Yes, sometimes they ask very easy questions. Like last year, there was a question in CMAT which asked Messi belongs to which country. So sometimes you might get some questions which are very very easy. But women, it was conducted recently, I think in September or October. And which team won it? South Africa. No, so South Africa was on the unfortunate side. Okay, so South Africa lost both uh, against India in the men's T20, and in the women's T20 also they lost the final, and New Zealand was the winner. Okay, so the winner was New Zealand. New Zealand defeated South Africa. So South Africa, unlucky country again, losing the final in both men's final as well as women's final. Okay, so where did Prime Minister Narendra Modi launch the construction of Shinkun La Tunnel, which is said to be the world's highest tunnel? So they have inaugurated Shilanyas kar diya. It will take some time to build up, maybe 1 or 2 years it will take, or I don't know that how long exactly it is going to take. Maybe in future you might be asked the question that which is the highest world's highest tunnel. So they've inaugurated. Prime Minister recently inaugurated it, and it is going to be the world's highest tunnel in future. So which place? Now this could be a good guess because if you talk about heights, you would say that okay, Ladakh is obviously the right answer. So it will connect Himachal Pradesh and Ladakh, and that will reduce the distance between the states. So Ladakh is the right answer. So right guess over here. Which is the first UNESCO city of literature in India? UNESCO City of Literature in India. Jaipur, Kozhikode, Shimla, Kolkata. No idea? The right answer is Kozhikode. Okay, you have, I am in this city. Which is believed to be the first nation in modern times to have completely lost all of its glaciers. So it was in news recently that there's a country, and of course these are all South American countries. That country has lost all of its glaciers. So the last glacier has melted, and in recent times, this is considered to be the first country that has lost all of its glaciers. So that's an alarming situation due to global warming. So, which is that country? Venezuela, Brazil, Peru, or Chile? Take a guess and answer the question. The right answer is Venezuela. Okay, so all are South American countries. This was a news. Sometimes these, I would say that, yeah, it's kind of a superlative first country in recent times. So, environment related or some other, there are some random questions definitely asked in GK, and they could be from any topic. Okay, India has become the dash country in the world to have 1 million Uber drivers. 1 million. 1 million means 10 lakh Uber drivers. Of course, many people might have, it's just counting the new registrations. It's not that existing. I don't know if it is existing number or it is just counting uh, the the new numbers, new registrations. But I read the news somewhere, so I put it as a question. Third country. Okay, so the right answer is third country. Can you guess the first two countries? Which would be the first two countries? Let's just take a guess. USA. Okay, first is USA. Okay, USA correct. What will be the second? India is third. 1 million drivers. US, UK. So US is first. Of course, Uber belongs to US. So US would be the very first country. No, not UK. The right answer is Brazil. I mean, the first is US, second is Brazil, and India has become the third country after them to have 1 million Uber drivers. So European country, you need to think also population wise European countries are small, isn't it? Maybe they are developed, but population wise these are small countries. Okay, Brazil has a significant population. Of course, that might not have striked that Brazil mein ho sakti hai, but technically European countries could not be the ones because their population is low. So logically अगर ऐसा पूछा जाता है which are the first and second and European country was in the option, you should not be choosing that. Okay, India has gained the rights to operate an overseas port Sittwe located in which country? Now this is again important from international point of view, like India in terms of international relations of India. Okay, so this is the second international ports wherein India has operational rights. First is Chabahar port. Heard of this Chabahar port? This was the first one. And second is this Sittwe. Chabahar port किस country में? Anyone knows? International relations of India. Very important because you have a lot of tension around Indian countries. Okay, so India has to maintain some good relations with some of the countries, some of the neighbors, isn't it? So Chabahar port is in Iran. So this is the first international port. I think 1 or 2 years back only it happened that India had the right to operate. So India can control that port. And Sittwe is located in Myanmar. Okay, so that is the second port that India has operational rights on. So the first one was Chabahar port. So Iran is a friendly country. So now this when this Iran Israel tussle was going on, so it was India would be in dilemma whom to support because Iran is also India's friend, Israel is also India's friend. Okay, so ऐसे में इंडिया के लिए दिक्कत हो जाती है किसको सपोर्ट करें because Iran, like if you see like Pakistan, Afghanistan, and then Iran, right? So India has very good relations with Iran in terms of trade and in defense, Israel. So you must read about these things important for your VAT and GDPI also. Okay, so these GK topics not only are asked in exams but are a part of your interviews as well. Okay, so who was awarded the Vigyan Ratna Award in 2024? So I've shown their photographs as well so that you remember these people and now about this prize, like Vigyan Ratna, like you have Bharat Ratna. So from this year onward, Indian government has started giving your excellence awards in the field of science. Okay, so like you have in different fields, you have highest level of prizes, right? Like in sports, you have Khel Ratna Award. Right? Earlier, it was called Rajiv Gandhi Khel Ratna, and now it is called Dhyan Chandra Khel Ratna Award. So similarly, in field of science, they have started giving Vigyan Ratna. Okay, like you have Bharat Ratna. So the highest award in field of science in India is going to be Vigyan Ratna. So it started this year itself, and the first recipient was Govind Rajan Padmanabhan. He's a like you can call it biotechnologist, and he was the former director of IASC also. Okay, so you can read about him if you wish to read more. So it was presented for the very first time this year. National Space Day 23rd August को National Space Day होता है. Do you know why 23rd August is National Space Day? Any guess? Why is National Space Day observed on 23rd of August? And it was observed for the very first time. Any idea? So नेशनल स्पेस डे 23 अगस्त को होता है कि चंद्रयान successfully landed on moon. Chandrayaan 3 that landed on moon on this day. So on this occasion, India started observing, like 23rd August 2023 was the year when Chandrayaan landed there. And 2024 onward, India started observing National Space Day on 23rd of August. So now this is an important information from point of view ki like important days in the country, right? Important days observed. So Chandrayaan 3 ki landing ke occasion pe we started celebrating National Space Day, and in 2024 we started observing this Vigyan Ratna also. So like you have in you have basically awards like Bharat Ratna, Padma Vibhushan, Padma Shri and all. So here also there are three categories. First is Vigyan Ratna. This is the highest award. Second is Vigyan Shri. It was given to 13 scientists. Then the third prize is Vigyan Yuva, which was given to 18 young scientists, and one prize will be Vigyan Team Award. So that will be given to a team, and this was given to Team Chandrayaan 3. Right? So interesting information. You must know some reasons, okay, why it was done. All right. So next question. Swapnil Kusale won a bronze medal in which sports event at the Paris Olympics 2024? So Paris Olympics are again important. These are important. Read about Paris Olympics. How many medals did India win in the Paris Olympics? Who represented the country in which sport, etc. Suppose this, we will see the achievements of India, who were the medal winners, etc., and who represented in different sports. So Swapnil Kusale, any idea? Like must know, like Paris Olympics is an important event, okay, of the year. So definitely you can expect questions in some or exam or the other. You will get questions. भूल गए इतनी जल्दी medal winners को. Hardly some people bring medals for India in single digits. You must know their names. It should be at your fingertips कि ये person इसमें रहा था. ये सिर्फ मनु भाकर याद है. So I chose the name which was the least common one. ठीक है, मनु भाकर तो सबको याद होगी, isn't it? Or for that reason you might remember uh, uh, others like Neeraj Chopra and Manu Bhaker must be uh, on your mind, right? But remember this person. Okay, so Swapnil Kusale won in shooting. Okay, so he won the medal in shooting. So now let's have a look at these things about the medal winners, right? So important thing ki who are the medal winners, in which category they won. So the least likely, like होता क्या है कि आप बहुत common चीज पढ़ के जाते हो. Let's say आप नीरज चोपड़ा को याद रखते हो, right? And so these are the medal winners. So we have Neeraj Chopra in athletics, that is in javelin throw. He got the silver medal, and there were bronze medal. Manu Bhaker won individually and with Sarabjot Singh. So that was a mixed event. And then Swapnil Kusale in shooting. And then India men's national field hockey team. They won in 2020 also. They won the bronze there also. And today in 2024 also they won bronze. Okay. And then they might ask you who is the captain. Okay. So Harmanpreet Singh was the captain and Priya Srijesh was the goalkeeper. Okay. And then Aman Sehrawat won the bronze medal in wrestling. So these were the medal winners for India. So you must know only 6 medals India got in the Olympics. So you must know all these people individually. And if you talk about some of the key facts, these are important key facts because कभी हो सकता है कि medal ना पूछें. They might ask that who were the flag bearers. Okay, these are also important things, that who were the flag bearers at the opening ceremony, at the closing ceremony. So, opening ceremony, it was PV Sindhu and Sharad Kamal. Okay, and in the closing ceremony, Manu Bhaker and PR Sreejesh were the flag bearers. India competed in 16 sports, 110 athletes. I mean, this could be the less relevant information, but this could be important one. And rank is also, unless it is a very good rank, let's say India finishes in top 10 or something, then it could be a relevant one. But 71, quite behind, could have done better. And Manu Bhakar became the first Indian woman to win two medals in a single Olympics since India gained independence. Neeraj Chopra became the first Indian individual medalist to win a gold and silver at the Olympics. Okay, so gold plus silver. Wrestler Aman Sehrawat became the youngest ever Indian medal winner in the Olympics at the age of 21 years. So his age is again 20 or 21 years. Not exactly sure, like 20 or 21 years ka ye wo. Okay, so he became the youngest. So important things like, of course, you will remember these. You must be remembering these people, but other medal winners also you must know. And there were some heartbreaks also. So sometimes you might get not get question that who are the medal winners. They might ask you question about people associated with different sports. Like for example, they might ask you that Mirabai Chanu is associated with which sport. She won the medal in 2020 Tokyo Olympics, but this time she finished fourth. So she was with weightlifting. And then we had Arjun Babuta in shooting, got the fourth place. So they might ask people associated with different sports, right? Lakshya Sen won, like he finished fourth. Okay, so these were the people who finished fourth, and Vinesh Fogart disqualified ahead of a historic final. So India would have definitely, I mean, even if she had lost in the final, she would have got the silver medal at least. But unfortunately, that due to some weight related issues, she got disqualified. So these were the list of people. And they might ask you like uncommon names, ठीक है, इसलिए ये चीजें पता होनी चाहिए. So they might ask that Dheeraj Bomadvera is associated with which sport. Okay, so ये लोग पढ़ लेना कि at least those who are the top performers. Okay, all right, so I hope you are enjoying this session and finding value in this session. So please don't forget to like this video, because it is not just about doing questions, but also understanding that which are the important things and why they are tested, which I deliver in these sessions, which you will probably not find elsewhere. Okay, so let's move ahead. Here's the next question. Who is the late DRDO missile scientist known as the father of Agni missiles? So another category of questions which is important is obituaries. Now you must know also these terms, obituaries. Obituaries means like you can search for obituaries, Indian obituaries also you will get online, international obituaries also. Some famous people who passed away recently. Like for example, last year there was a question on Matthew Perry. Okay, that Friends person. That was asked in I guess ZAT. ZAT Math, CMAT Math. One of the exams had asked this question. So obituaries is important, especially of such important personalities. So father of Agni missiles. So Agni is the name of an Indian missile. So he was the man behind it, and he is known as the father of Agni missiles. So what is his name? Okay, the right answer is Ram Narayan Agarwal. Okay, right answer is Ram Narayan Agarwal. Okay, so let's see the next question. Which state became the first state to adopt the newly introduced unified pension scheme? So some new scheme was introduced about unified pension scheme, that minimum will be 10,000 rupees, and some other, there are certain a lot of, if you want to read that in detail, you can read that. Earlier there used to be an examination called TISNET which has been scrapped. That used to ask such questions. So पहले बहुत सारे एग्जाम होते थे इसमें जीके आती थी. Now that have been reduced. पहले एक IFT होता था, टिसनेट होता था, and even in snap they used to have gk long back, like 2019 was the last year when they had gk back then. So now they have reduced, so people do not prepare these questions. Otherwise it was fun preparing such information. Okay, so first state to introduce it, yes, the right answer is Maharashtra. Okay, let's see the next question. Okay, unfortunately, I could not pronounce it. I should have read the pronounce. I should have listened to the pronunciation. Petungrantan, whatever the name is. became the youngest prime minister of which country? So if you are talking about our MyCat mock, if you are scoring like 15 plus, it's a decent score. And if it is 20 plus, that's a very good score. Or so this lady is the youngest prime minister of which country? And she's the second women prime minister of uh, her country. So you need to pass all sections in MyCat. There are sectional cutoffs as well. What? How much is that sectional cutoff? Nobody knows. Yes, the right answer is Thailand. Because I'll check the pronunciation of this name later. Yes, she is the Prime Minister of Thailand. Who won the men's singles title at the 2024 US Open? Now, among the sports, one is constant that happens every year are Grand Slams. So, when you have these examinations, these are usually in this space. Like this time, CMAT is being conducted earlier, but otherwise, like Australian Open is held in January. So, you might be asked questions on Australian Open in such exams. But here, US Open is the most recent one. So you can expect questions from one of the sports, and one of them could be the Grand Slam. Okay, yes, Jannik Sinner is the right answer. So do you know which country does he belong to? He belongs to Italy. And women's single title was won by Aryna Sabalenka of Belarus. Okay, so men and women equally you should know. Well, let's see the next question. Which country hosted the 45th Fight Chess Olympiad? Now you might remember that India won gold in both men and women category. Okay, India was the winner of this Olympiad. Which country hosted it? So sometimes what happens is we read a particular news, but from different perspective. Like as we talked about that Olympics, right? You might read about the medal winners, but the lesser known people you might not be reading about. Similarly, in this case, you might be knowing that India won the gold medals, right? But in which country was it hosted? That could be asked. So 45th Fight Chess Olympiad, where was it held? Okay, so Karan and Jeet both are right. The right answer is Hungary. What is the new name given to Port Blair? You know where Port Blair is? It's the capital of Andaman and Nicobar. Now the name has been changed. What is the new name of Port Blair? Sri Rajendrapuram, Vijayapuram, Shivajipuram, or Bharatpuram? Okay, so this is an important thing because I mean Port Blair is like Andaman and Nicobar Islands. So these are some special places in the country. So definitely you must know such things. Yes, the right answer is Vijayapuram. All right, so let's move to the next question. How many medals India won at the Paris Paralympics 2024? So if you read about Olympians, read about the Paralympians as well. Okay, they hold equal importance. It's not just that you read about cricket. Okay, I mean it's they are equally good in their fields, isn't it? So how many medals did India win at the Paralympics? This was the best ever performance of India at the Paralympic Games. and India finished, I think, at the 18th position, if I'm not wrong. I'm trying to recall, like it was in the top 20. So how many medals did India win there at the Paralympics? So gold, silver, bronze, 7 gold, 9 silver, and 13 bronze. So a total of 29 medals at the Paris Paralympics. Okay, 7 gold, 9 silver, and 13 bronze. All right, so now let's have a look at this list. Okay, so please just look at these people. I mean, since the number is very large, okay, so I mean, at least know the gold medal winners. Okay, and I'll tell you some important facts also, which could be asked from Paralympic Games. Okay, so Olympic Games, there were just 6 medal winners, so it was easy to remember. Okay, here there are, like, the number is 29. So you cannot remember all, but some important facts to know here is, first of all, India had the largest contingent ever, like 84 people competing across 12 sports. And Avni Lekra, these are important people because she won the second consecutive gold and became the first Indian Paralympian to do so. So in Tokyo also she had won gold and she won the gold this time as well. Then Sumit, until the first Indian male athlete to defend a title at the Paralympics. Defend a title means defender title means gold को gold में convert करना. Like for example, if Neeraj Chopra had won gold, so that would say that the person defended the title. So he had won. These two people had won gold in 2020 also at Tokyo Paralympics. So both of them won gold again. And then we had Mariyappan Thangavelu. He won medal as a third successive Paralympic Games. Means 2016 वाले में भी मिला था. So sorry, I mean they are called 2020 but were held in 2021. So he won for the third time. He won the medal. Okay. Preeti Pal first won India's first track medals at the athletics by clinching 2 bronze medals. Sheetal Devi, again important one, youngest Indian Paralympic medalist. I think she is just 17 years old. There was a lot of news that archer. Okay, so like if you were active, maybe you might not recall the name, but you must have seen her photographs and reels if you happen to use Instagram, which I believe that most of you would be using. Okay, and Deepti Jivanji became won the bronze medalist women's 400-meter race, became the youngest Indian track medalist. Okay, at Paralympic Games. Track events are basically the athletics-based events. Okay, so some important names from Paralympics as well. So you can get questions from these things. I hope you are finding this session useful. So please do like this video and let's move on to the next set of questions. And in case you are preparing for or know someone who is preparing for CAT 2025 and are looking for a course where they get great content, so you can recommend our course. So we will be having a batch for that will be a recorded batch, self-paced batch that in that we will have all these topics covered through recorded videos, solved questions basics to advanced. They will have topic wise practice sheets, doubt resolution classes. There will be live classes in form of doubt resolution classes, and in VA and LR we will cover grammar and vocab so that you prepare for all MBA entrance examinations, not just for CAT. And in LR we will cover omit specific topics also, so that it's a full-fledged preparation batch and it will be valid till 31st of March 2026. So this is the best deal which you can get at any place in terms of the content quality and at unbeatable price. And we have section-wise modules that are also available. So in case you know someone who is preparing for CAT 2025 and ask you for recommendation that which is the best institute, so please don't forget to recommend our institute. And I'm sure you must have seen our content on our YouTube channel, how good the quality is. It is a well researched, thorough content, beat any subject. Okay, so let's move to the next question. The cabinet recently approved conferring the status of classical language to how many languages? Now, I would say this question important because in the last, not last year, maybe last to last year and the year before that. So, within a span of 3 years, I have seen question based on classical languages twice. Okay, different examinations maybe because I write so many examinations, I don't recall which exam asked which question. But definitely, I've seen question on classical languages twice, and this could be an important thing from current affairs point of view. India has approved the status of the Indian cabinet has approved the status of classical language to some more languages. So, how many such languages are there? Any guesses? Okay, so Jeet knows this answer. Yes, the right answer is five languages. Can you name the languages as well? Okay, Prutika also knows the answer. Can you name those languages as well? Okay, not an issue. I'll tell you the name. So, could be an important thing. The languages are Marathi, Pali, Prakrit, Assamese, and Bengali. Right. So, previously there were six classical languages. So, like these in order were the first six. Like first was the Tamil, then Sanskrit was introduced, then Telugu, Kannada, Malayalam, Odia. Odia I think was introduced in 2014. So, since then there were six classical languages only. Now, five more languages have been approved. So, total there will be 11 classical languages in the country. Which Indian women became the first to score 50 international goals in football? So, sports achievement, an important question. Okay, sports fan should answer it correctly. Yes, you answered it correctly also. The right answer is Bala Devi. Okay, so she became the first Indian footballer to score 50 international goals in football. Okay, so let's see the next question. Which country agreed to transfer the sovereignty of Chagos Island to Mauritius? International affairs. So right answer is United Kingdom. So it was a UK territory. I mean, like they still hold some countries, right? Like there are still few small islands and all. These have not become independent. So it was recently transferred. Like they have agreed to transfer. I think they are yet in. They're still in talks about it. Okay, this is an island in Chagos Island and Mauritius. So it is occupied by UK and they are going to transfer them to Mauritius. Shank Air is the first domestic airline of which state? So recently, one domestic airlines, like one of the recent domestic airlines, it is yet to get approval and starts its operations. It's a indigenous airline. So which state will it cater to? So it's of course, it will be, it may go interstate later, at a later stage, but initially they plan to be in a specific state. So which state is it? Okay, yes, the right answer is Uttar Pradesh. Okay, so I was reading about it. Like he's the owner, Shravan Kumar Vishwakarma, and they will have the base at the Noida airport, the new Chevar airport, and they will connect some of the cities, Noida, Lucknow, Varanasi, and some cities would you connect. So it is yet to, it is just in the talks. right? And that is going to be launched sometime in future. Okay, so this must be an easy question. Easy, like again, it depends. In GK, it is easy, is subjective. But yes, I expect that many of you would be knowing the answer to this question. Sharda Sinha was an Indian folk and classical singer from which state? So she passed away recently. Okay, last month itself, and she was a very popular folk and classical singer. So she was as good as the Lata Mangeshkar of her state. Sharda Sinha. Not heard of her? I mean, see, among the obituaries, we discussed some four, five obituaries. Obviously, Ratan Tata के बारे में कोई नहीं पूछेगा because everyone was talking about him, right? But there are some other obituaries like we talked about. One more we will talk about in the upcoming questions. So Sharda Sinha was from Bihar. She was called Bihar Kokila. Okay, so Kokila means koel. So she was a very famous folk and classical singer from Bihar. Okay, right answer. Adar Poonawala's Serene Entertainment has bought a 50% stake in which production house for rupees 1000 crores. So this is important for MICAT. Like MICAT asks these brand related questions, merger acquisitions, etc. So could be an important question from that point of view. Which of these production houses? Eros International, Rajshri Productions, Dharma Productions, or Excel Entertainment? Yes, the right answer is Dharma Productions, the one owned by Karan Johar. Yeah, so he got 50% stake in it for 1000 crores. Which film has been selected as India's official entry for the Oscars 2025? So previously there used to be an examination called TISNET uh, until 2022. In 2020, no, in 23 also they had TISNET. So they used to have this question for sure. Like every year they would ask a question, ki, what is India's Oscar entry? For at least 3 years I had seen a question, right? या तो documentary पूछते थे या like there was definitely a question on Oscar entry. So I remember back then, jab Newton, that time, I think 2019, that Newton was the movie, and then Gully Boys. Every year they used to repeatedly ask one question for sure. So India's official entry to the Oscars is Lapata Ladies. How many of you have watched this movie? Very good movie. Okay, there are very few movies like typical that cinema thing that comes to your mind is present in this. Okay, so yeah, the right answer is Lapta Ladies. These were other contenders as well. Okay, Kalki 2898 was some hyped movie. I went to watch in the theater uh, just because of the hype. I thought that it might be some great movie, but it was very boring. But Lapta Ladies is a very good movie. I mean, the typical cinema that you hear of, not that uh, that show and all these things, right? Very nice story. I like this movie a lot, and yes, uh, good selection for Oscar entry. Who is the new chief of the Indian Air Force? Air Chief Marshal, Chief of Indian Air Force. Who is the recently appointed? Yes, the right answer is Amarpreet Singh. Okay. Yes, you can watch our previous year, but that would be, I mean, if there are static based, you can watch them because current affairs will obviously be outdated. That won't be helpful. But yes, static you can watch. Okay, so again, another obituary. Dr. Panangipalli Venugopal, or you can call it P. Venugopal, who passed away recently, was a renowned person. And he was known for which thing? Like, if anybody knows, that would be great. So hopefully this session would have given you good amount of knowledge also, not just the questions, but also some story behind things. That's what we believe in, like providing quality content, not just simply ki question answer kara diye, some background behind it, so that you remember things also. Yes, he was a cardiologist. And what is he known for? Like any achievement or never heard his name? I mean, I myself did not know this, but when I went through these recent current events, I got to know that he was the first Indian cardiologist to perform heart transplant. Okay, so that is why he could be an important figure and could be asked. So he conducted the first heart transplant in India, of course, first Indian to conduct heart transplant back in 1994. Okay, so he was a famous cardiologist who passed away recently. Which country is Nihon Hidankyo, the organization that won the 2024 Nobel Peace Prize from? Nihon Hidankyo. Now, Nobel Prize is another thing which is a short question. मतलब Nobel Prize से कुछ ना कुछ आता है. Either they ask like match the following, or they ask the Nobel recipient, or they ask the country which they belong to, or could be the reason why did they win the Nobel Prize. ठीक है, ये भी बहुत बार आता है. रीजन क्या था, लाइक इकोनॉमिक्स का आई थिंक सीमैट में आया था और जैट आया था लास्ट ईयर, दैट इकोनॉमिक्स में नोबेल प्राइज क्यों दिया गया. Year to prior to that, there was again a question in one of the examinations that why was it given in that particular field. So do read about it. Yes, it is from Japan, and it is basically an NGO formed of those. You must have heard of those atom bomb incidents in Hiroshima and Nagasaki. Okay, so the survivors of that atom bomb attacks, it is an organization of those people, and I think it was formed in some 1950s or so. Okay, so this was the Nobel Peace Prize winner. Okay. So sometimes Nobel Peace Prize is given to organizations also. So this was one such instance. All right. So let's look at these Nobel laureates. Again, the important thing. So you can use some mnemonics to uh, like remember these things. So John Hopfield, and like a person hopping in the field, and person giving the hint that they got in physics. Okay, you can use any mnemonics. I mean that's a so it is given for foundational discoveries and invention that enable machine learning with artificial neural networks. So machine learning and artificial neural networks, that is the cause for physics Nobel Prize. Then Nobel Prize in chemistry. See, multiple people receive it, but the theme is the same. Okay, so they are for computational protein structure, some protein structure prediction, protein structure, protein structure. Okay, so you can remember like Baker, uh, Demis Hassabis, John Jumper. Like even if you remember one of the names, so they will not ask for one person, they will ask for the group, right? So you'll remember the others as well. Physiology or medicine. So Victor Ambrose and Gary Ruvkun, discovery of microRNA and its role in post-transcriptional gene regulation. Okay, so these two people got in the field of medicine. Then we have Nobel Prize in Literature. We discussed in one of the questions when I was talking about the Booker Prize winner, right? I told you that these are important prizes. So one of the options was Han Kang. Okay, so she's from South Korea, South Korean author. So she won the Nobel Prize in Literature, and Nobel Peace Prize was given to this organization, Nihon Hindankyo, and World Free of Nuclear Weapons. Like, of course, that's an organization by the atom bomb attack survivors. So they profess for these. Uh, they talk about world free of nuclear weapons. Okay, so that is these were the prize winners, Nobel Prize winners. So important from examination point of view. Some or the other examination will definitely, any examination will test GK can have a question based on Nobel Prize winners. And then you have Nobel Prize in Economic Sciences, and it was given to again three people. I mean, you can use some mnemonic to remember these names. Okay, Johnson, Robinson, all sons and sons. So, first, studies of how institutions are formed and affect prosperity. So, institutions are formed and affect prosperity. So that is the reason they were given the Nobel Prize in Economics. Okay, so in case you are preparing for ZAT and are looking for a good course that can help you in all aspects and help you clear the examination, so you can enroll in our crash course. And I hope you enjoyed this session, and it was must have been a very enriching session wherein you got to know a lot of things, and most of you were quite participative, and you already knew the answers to most of the questions, and definitely you must have gained something out of this session. So please don't forget to like this video once before you end the stream. And in case you know someone who is preparing for CAT 2025 and they ask that which is the best institute you can recommend us, that we will be very grateful to you that if you recommend our institute, because you yourself might have witnessed the quality content that we put in. Okay, we put a lot of efforts in curating the content, okay, in the classes also, and of course teaching methods are great, and the syllabus coverage is great. And if you want to get the PDF of this class, you can get it on our Telegram group. So please do join our Telegram group, and where we keep posting all these PDFs. Okay, and I mean, you can either scan it or you can just search for MBA Karo on Telegram, and you will get the group along with the logo, and you can join that group. So that's for today's session. I hope you enjoyed the session, and it must have been a very enriching one. I also enjoyed taking these sessions because this is the time of the year when we start studying GK, and I put a lot of effort to curate these questions, and like loved reading about some facts. So definitely, I also got some new facts to learn before this class. Some of the things I was already aware of, but some things, when you read questions, you read the background stories, you learn new things. Like, for example, the cardiologist, okay, who passed away recently, and some more, many more facts I got to learn. So, some of the important things, like as I said, that Paris Olympics and Paralympics, Nobel Prize every year they are asked, and some awards and honors, recent appointments, some superlatives, first, youngest, oldest, etc., or some international relations of India with other countries. These are some important topics that you must focus on. Okay, so that's for today's session. Thank you everyone for being patiently watching the video and answering these questions. And to get the PDF of this session, please join our Telegram group.